Innovators and game changers, welcome to the quarterfinals of the arena. 64 groundbreaking ideas, only one champion. Do you have what it takes to seize victory and propel yourself into the semifinals? Buckle up, because the journey to greatness starts right here, right now. With a prize of $10,000 within reach, the pressure is on to showcase your best idea. Today's focus: problem and solution, market and competition, core values and your big, hairy, audacious goal, and how you have validated your idea. 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. 2 ideas entered, only one leaves. Let the battle begin.
Only one leaves. In fact, this is all we have left. One spot in the semifinals. Jeremiah has moved through. Alice has moved through. Manik has moved through. And one of the 2 students you're going to see now will take that final spot in the semifinals starting next Monday. So let's get to it. Let's get to the matchup. So first, we're going to introduce our judges who are going to make that very important decision. First up, we've got David Bortolucci, the owner of DMB Consulting, Inc. David, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Michael, and it's great to be here again.
Excellent. And David, as a consultant, I know you work with so many businesses of all shapes and sizes. What do you think? What are you looking for out of these students today?
Well, I want to have a clear problem and a clear explanation of how they're going to resolve that problem. So, good explanation and something that's convincing to me that I think could
nice. That great problem and solution and how important that is. And I know these students have that locked in. Thanks for joining us today, David. Joining David on the stage is Catherine Bagnall-Stiles, owner of the Gallery on Lincoln. Catherine, thank you for joining us today. How are you feeling?
It is a pleasure to join you, Michael.
Excellent. And look, I know you've worked with some of the biggest brands across Canada. What advice can you give these students in how they should be telling their story?
Yeah, so you just said the word for me, the magic word for me. It is always about being able to tell your story. Like, how is it different? How will you know it's been successful? And while you're telling your story, like, put your heart into it.
Yeah, excellent. Awesome. Well, thanks for being here, Catherine. Appreciate that advice. And third up, she was here yesterday, Cheryl Monroe, VP Client Services and Recruitment at AIP Connect. Thanks for coming back, Cheryl. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I've got the entrepreneurial bug after yesterday.
That's great. Yeah. After watching them, and again, in recruitment services, what should they be thinking about in setting themselves apart from the others, which is a big part in recruitment, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think ultimately you have to highlight what it is that really is the problem, but how are you uniquely different, and why did somebody else not think of this idea so that you really stand out in the marketplace?
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for joining us again, Cheryl. So there you have it. Those are our 3 judges. Let's meet our students. First up, Shashant Singh from the University of Toronto. It's taken you a lot to get here. How are you feeling, Shashant?
I'm feeling great. Can't wait to pitch to the judges.
Yeah, excellent. And what do you think it's going to take? Oh, Shashant has disappeared. What do you think it's going to take for you today, Shashant?
I think it would be delivering on all the key things that the judges earlier mentioned. It's the storytelling. It's the clear explanation of the problem and solution.
Excellent. Thank you, Shashant. Look forward to seeing your pitch. Next up, we've got Colton Breitkreitz from the University of Saskatchewan. Colton, how about yourself? How are you feeling today?
Feeling good.
Excellent. And what do you think? What do you think it's going to take to move on to the semis, Colton?
I think just what Shashant said, just really hitting all those points and problem, solution.
Yeah, awesome. Well, look, we look forward to hearing your pitch. We look forward to both of the pitches. So let's get to it. First up, Shashant, the University of Toronto. 2 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. The stream is yours.
One fine evening, John is coming back from work. Today is movie night. As soon as he turns onto his home street, he sees his house is on fire. He rushes in to save his family. Unable to find them, he barely manages to escape. However, suffers severe skin burns all across his body. This is the story of millions of people all around the world who suffer these severe burn injuries through fire or secondary sources. To save these burn patients, surgeons use a technique called autografting, where they take healthy skin from their body and apply it to the damaged site. However, in doing so, it necessitates the healing of both the damaged site and the donor site. What if there was a better way? At VRIT, we have developed our patented handheld bioprinting technology platform, which consists of this bioprinter and our BioWings to heal these patients better, faster, for a happier life. Our competitive analysis shows we have three main types of medical devices we're competing against, but unlike them, we are not dependent on autografts for complete wound closure and can heal these patients much better thanks to a proprietary cell-based technology. Our market analysis shows our beachhead market is the burn market with a serviceable obtainable market of 50 million, a serviceable available market of 500 million. And once we start moving into different skin indications such as skin cancer and diabetes, a total addressable market of $8 billion. Our bag, therefore, is to reach the holy grail of skin substitutes by eliminating the time between the injury and treatment. This would make VRIT's technology the world's first true organ replacement therapy. Our company values are patient first, authenticity, and discipline over motivation. We've been very fortunate to have letters of interest and support from companies such as multi-billion-dollar companies such as Smith & Nephew, Baxter, Recce Pharmaceuticals, Virgin Galactic, and are even in discussions with Johnson & Johnson. Our early customers are the Army and pediatric burn centers such as Sick Kids. We have also done more than 65 global interviews with key opinion leaders and from burn surgeons, plastics, and many more to validate this idea and get their feedback. With that, I invite you to join us at VRIT in our journey of reimagining skin wound care for patients like John. Thank you.
Thank you, Shashank. Great pitch to lead it off. Next up, Colton, University of Saskatchewan. You have 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. The stream is yours.
So, during the summers of my undergrad, I got a bit of an unconventional job painting parking lots. This is the type of machine I would use to paint the lines. The company I worked for is a franchise, and I noticed something very interesting. Franchises invest in data-driven systems, but face a crisis when employees fail to fill out critical documents, something I regularly did. Without tracking material usage, they can't optimize pricing, and without labor hours, they can't improve efficiency. And these franchise models end up increasing administrative burden. That's where we come in at Tau Lab. We use IoT sensors, this is our revision 2, that automatically capture operational data directly from line painting, seal coating, and our follow-on market of landscaping equipment. Our system tracks material usage, machine hours, without requiring manual input from workers. Our concept resonated with franchise owners. In conversations with over a dozen, one estimated that 5 to 10 hours a week was spent trying to find this valuable information. Multiple owners were eager to pilot our program, with one currently piloting in Saskatoon. While companies like Geotab or Samsara track vehicles and large equipment, at Tau Lab, we're pursuing an untapped niche of small hand-operated machinery used by SME contractors that are often overlooked by these large competitors. Parking lot maintenance has 130,000 businesses in North America, and our follow-on market of landscaping has 700,000 locations. At an estimated cost of $6,000 a year, this equates to a beachhead of $780 million and a follow-on of $5 billion. Our big, hairy, audacious goal is to digitize every service machine in the field, transforming millions of pieces of dumb equipment into connected assets, and making the phrase, "I forgot to fill that out," obsolete. At Tau Lab, we value trustworthiness and simplicity. Our technology works diligently in the background to alleviate administrative burden, delivering exactly as much information as needed and nothing more. At Tau Lab, we don't just save time. We ensure businesses can fully realize the business model they invested so much in and focus on what really matters, growing their business. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Colton. Another great pitch. All right, to help the judges make their decision, we're going to go to the Q&A portion of the competition. We're going to bring on the judges and the competitors. Pardon me. And we're going to go to David first. David, what's your question for the two competitors?
Okay. I guess the question I have is, what strengths and advantages do you have over your competitors?
Great question. What differentiates you from your competitors? Shashank, you're up first. 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, we call it the 3 Ps. It's our solution allows physical attachment for physical reconstruction of the tissues on complex areas much better than our competitors because we are printing. Second is point of care manufacturing. We give the power back to the surgeon to choose what compound or bioink formulation to use for a specific skin indication and wound type because they all vary even between burns. And third, it's personalization, leveraging that point of care manufacturing and to enable the best therapy.
Excellent. Thank you, Shashank. Colton, same question to you. What differentiates you from your competitors?
So our specialization is we're really focused on, one, the SME market and delivering just as much information as needed. Sometimes our competitors have too much data and it ends up overwhelming those in the SME market. We're also very specialized on our hardware and targeting very specific niches that require one specific metric that is incredibly valuable to them. In the case of line painting, it's how much paint they used, as well as the man hours.
Excellent. Great answer as well. All right, we're going to go to Catherine for the second question. Catherine, what would you like to know?
This won't come as a surprise to you, Michael. I'm going to ask, what is your marketing strategy?
What is your marketing strategy? Shashank, you're up first. 30 seconds.
Yeah, so in our case, for medical devices, the most important marketing strategy are clinical studies. So we would have to convince surgeons through those clinical studies primarily. It would be published papers second. We are also doing a lot of parabolic suborbital space flights. So that's a tertiary mean of getting our word out for our bioprinting technology. Currently, we have already trying to secure a space orbital flight with VG, which is Virgin Galactic. So I think it's mostly these clinical studies and getting that clinical data out would be the most important in terms of marketing.
Excellent. Thank you, Shashank. Colton, same question. What is your marketing strategy?
Since we're targeting franchised businesses, one thing that we did notice through our PMR is that these large franchises will typically roll out to scale at all their businesses as long as one of them has proven that this will exist. So we are targeting specific locations, and then once they have proven to the franchise that this is of value, the franchise will typically roll it out to the rest of their franchisees.
Excellent. Great job, Colton, as well. All right, here we are. The pitches are done. The Q&A is done. We're going to give the judges about a minute to figure out their scores and figure out who's moving forward. This is the end of the quarterfinals, which means let's give another big shout out to Shannon Susko and Metronomics. Without Shannon, we wouldn't have this competition. She's been a champion since day one, and we truly appreciate that. Both everyone here at the Arthur L. Irving Entrepreneurship Center, but all of the students that have competed in this competition every year appreciate what the opportunity this competition gives them. So thanks again, Shannon. And all right, and let's take a minute now and make sure you're watching the screen. These are all the schools that have sent students to the competition this year. They are our great partners in the competition. So let's give the judges a minute and watch the video. the results are indeed in. Whenever I see that, it always shocks me and how quick this goes. So, David, we're going to go to you first. David, who have you selected to move forward in the competition?
Okay, well, congrats to both of you. You did a great presentation, both of you. You did. It was close, but I gave the win to Sashant.
Okay, Shashant, you have one vote. Catherine, who have you selected to go through in the competition?
Yeah, so same thing as David. Really difficult, especially because your product is so different from each other, right? So it was, really kind of it was hard on the brain. But like my colleague David, Shashant, you nudged out ahead.
All right, Shashant, you do have enough votes to move forward. But Cheryl, let's see what you had to say. Who have you selected, Cheryl?
So for me, I would say that the scoring for me was almost on par until it came to the Q&A. And Shashant, you just pushed it over the edge for me, and how you were very clear on your answers in the Q&A overall. But like, seriously, kudos to both of you. It was a hard fought battle for sure. So
yeah,
Shashant,
great job, all of you. Congratulations, Shashant. You have moved forward to the semifinals, where you will join Alice, Jeremiah, and Manik. The four of you are now vying for the $10,000 prize, and more importantly, the bragging rights to call yourself champion of the arena. We're going to be back on Monday for the semifinals. We have both semifinals Monday night. Look for them at 6 p.m. Atlantic and 7 p.m. Atlantic. They, of course, will be broadcast live. And then the following night, the Tuesday night, we're going to have the finals where the two participants go head-to-head. So we'll see you next week as the arena hits its conclusion. Take care, and don't forget to stay hydrated. Good night.